Welcome to the Quantum Excel tutorial series. In this video, we'll cover the advanced features of ProTest, specifically advanced constraints and submodels. This video assumes you've already seen the basic walkthrough, so we'll skip past creating models and generating standard pairwise plans. If you're new to ProTest, start with the basic video first. Let's get into it. Real-world testing isn't always clean. Some combinations are physically impossible. Others are out of scope. ProTest's constraint engine lets you express those rules so the generated test plan stays valid. We're using an injection molding example with 6 parameters: material, supplier, mold temperature, injection pressure, cycle time, and machine. We open the Constraints tab and start writing rules. First, if-then logic. Nylon requires a higher mold temperature. If material equals nylon, then mold temperature is greater than 200. Parameters go in square brackets, values that are words go in quotes, but values that are numbers do not. And you don't have to remember all this. ProTest auto-completes as you type. A left bracket suggests parameters, a quote suggests values. Tab or Enter fills it in. Next, ABS degrades at the highest temperature setting. If material equals ABS, then mold temperature is not equal to 240. Now the IN operator for set membership. Only vendor 3 supplies polycarbonate. If supplier is in the set of vendor 1 or vendor 2, then material cannot be polycarbonate. For pattern matching against value names, ProTest supports the like operator. For example, if material is like N star, would match any value starting with N. You can also nest logic with AND, OR, and parentheses, and you can write full if, then, else branches. The full syntax reference is in the ProTest help system, linked below. When we generate, ProTest respects every constraint. No nylon below 200. No ABS at 240. Polycarbonate from only vendor 3. And every other pairwise combination still gets covered. When you write several constraints, they can interact in ways that aren't obvious. One rule chains into another, and together they can exclude combinations you never wrote a rule against. ProTest calls these transitive constraints, and it gives you a built-in tool to find them. To see it, we first enable Advanced Mode. Check the Advanced Mode box at the top right of the ProTest window. A new Verification tab appears. Before we open the Verification tab, let's add 2 more rules, so there's something for ProTest to find. Say our nylon grade needs long cycle times to set properly. And say our long cycle times are only supported on Press 2, which has the cooling capacity. We write 2 rules. Nylon forces a long cycle time. Long cycle time forces Press 2. Notice that neither rule directly forbids nylon on Press 1. But trace the logic. Nylon forces long. Long forces Press 2. So nylon implicitly forces Press 2, which means the combination material equals nylon with machine equals Press 1 is impossible, even though we never wrote a rule saying so. We click Generate, then open the Verification tab. At the bottom of the tab is a section called Transitive Constraints. ProTest flags it for us. It lists the missing combination, material equals nylon with machine equals Press 1, and marks it transitive, noting that 2 constraints interact to make it infeasible. Below that, it shows the exact constraint chain that produces the exclusion. At the top of the section, ProTest also reports that every missing pair is accounted for by a constraint. No lost coverage. No unexpected exclusions. The test plan is valid. If you ever see missing pairs that aren't explained here, that's a signal your constraints are blocking something you didn't intend. The Verification tab is how you catch those hidden interactions. Pairwise coverage is uniform. Every pair of values across any 2 parameters appears at least once. But sometimes a specific subset of parameters deserves deeper testing. In injection molding, we know material, supplier, and mold temperature drive most of our defects through their 3-way interactions. Pairwise alone might not catch every problem there. Submodels let us bump the coverage depth on a specific group of parameters without globally increasing the order. We add a submodel with material, supplier, and mold temperature at order 3. ProTest now guarantees 3-way coverage across those 3 specifically. Every triple of values appears at least once, while keeping pairwise coverage everywhere else. The plan grows compared to pure pairwise, but it's a fraction of the size of 3-way coverage across all 6 parameters. Extra testing focused where the risk lives. Let's pull it all together with a complete qualification scenario. We're qualifying a new injection molding process. 6 parameters. Constraints capture material, supplier, machine, and temperature limits. A submodel bumps coverage on the 3 highest interaction parameters. And we'll add 2 seeded test cases, runs we want guaranteed in every plan. The first seed is our qualified baseline. The second seed reproduces a defect we caught last quarter. It belongs in every regression plan going forward. When the new plan appears, both seeded rows are right there in green, guaranteed to be included. All combinations for this model would be 648 combinations. With our constraints, submodel, and seeds applied, Protest produces a focused test plan with 57 test cases that covers every pairwise interaction across all parameters, every 3-way interaction on the core 3, respects every constraint, and starts with both of our locked-in seeds. If you'd like to track the plan in Excel, copy to clipboard and paste it into your test execution sheet. Either way, we're ready to qualify the process. To recap, advanced constraints, if, then, in, like, comparisons, and invariants, keep impossible combinations out of your test plans. Submodels let you increase coverage depth on the parameters that matter most. Combined with seeds and pairwise coverage, Protest gives you an efficient, realistic, and complete test plan. And that's the advanced walkthrough of Protest.